So I'm guessing we're halfway in the Invincible story, and a lot has happened so far, and also in this season. And looking back, this is up there as one of the more chill seasons of Invincible.
Choose death!
Okay, I say that a bit lightly, but then there's more building being done in this season, even compared to season 2, which had a lot of that. And to quickly do the boring stuff, I just have to talk about the animation with Invincible, because it's all funny and it's all like, we make jokes about it and make fun of this. But Amazon, Skybound, anybody involved, what is going on? Because in my opinion, we have regressed here. I usually say that season 1 animation wasn't that good and all of us are just living in nostalgia and all of that. But honestly, going back to it, I was watching a couple clips and a couple videos of season 1, and I look back on that animation in season 1 and I appreciate it for what it is. Obviously, I'm no graphic designer. I don't know motion or whatnot. So correct me if I'm saying something right or wrong here. But season 1 felt a bit more like natural in the sense that it felt like it was done by hand. Whereas season 2 and also the Atom Eve episode, they bumped it up and moved it to like a CG type animation. And I feel like it's just personal preference at that point. Me personally, I prefer the season 2 and above animation with the CG and stuff, because it looks more divine and for me more perfect. And in season 2, it's the best I've ever seen. And the moments in season 3 as well. But my goodness, consistently in season 4, even in big moments that, yes, we give them the pass here and here because, okay, it's a conquest fight. We joke about the budget and time going into those moments, but you can still see the slop. What are we doing here? Like, I'm watching something similar to the quality I expect from like a Wednesday morning show from Disney XD. But see, we always give them that same excuse. Oh, we want the yearly release, so we don't care. We're here for the story, so it doesn't matter. Amazon Prime, you only have like 10, I don't even think it's up to 10 shows, 10 animated ongoing shows. I don't even think it's up to that. And let's not act like this isn't the biggest one out of all of them, let alone the biggest show on your platform. So Amazon, you multi-billion-dollar company, just do better. I have watched the last episode of The Boys Diabolical. Wasn't that Skybound too? Anyways, we're going to come back to this lame old excuse. We watched this show for the story, and we pick up straight from where season 3 left off with the whole conquest fights and him trying to rebuild Earth. And I think that is what this season was for the most part. Rebuilding that status quo. Because I don't like using the term filler because people just say it for anything, me included. But from season 1 to season 3, a lot has changed. And this season, for me, suffers from the fact that we've moved so fast. But yes, you do have to progress the story. And they do give us lore for characters we have known in this season. But also they do a lot of nothing in this season. And a lot of, oh, get ready for this in the next season. And honestly, I have no problem with that. I love build-up. And it makes me excited for things when they finally happen because it makes it better, seeing the build-up to that eventuality. But Invincible just has never done a good job at making that end road feel amazing. Yes, you can get like an Omni-Man fight sequence in the end of season 1, or like the Angstrom Levy fight scene in the end of season 2 or in the middle of season 3. And for me personally, that's even a stretch. But yeah, you can also get like the conquest scene, which technically wasn't really hyped up, it just happened, but that's all right too. But you have to look at stuff like the sequids from they have been here since season 1 and it's over. And I just didn't really get enough from that. I understand like it's a minor thing, but still like something that you have kept on rebringing. I know it's supposed to also go with the whole Mark theme about him being like quote unquote evil, making these tough calls and all of that. And I did say that in my halfway point video that we didn't really see enough of that type of Mark, that he has lost control. The closest we got of that was Angstrom Levy in season 3, and it's pretty valid for when he wanted to kill Angstrom Levy there. But maybe that's just a me problem, and I want to see Mark lose control, him question his morality. I wanted to see more of that. Yes, we touched a bit of that in episode 1 with the dinosaur guy, and yes, I did like that, and I thought we were going to get that further on in this season, but it just wrapped up after 3 episodes, and the only thing that we can go back is him killing the Sequid guy. And on a rewatch, you look back on that and I'm like, everyone would have been doomed if he didn't kill him. Bulletproof, you're on serious fraud watch. But yes, I could argue on maybe when he wanted to kill Titan 2, but I don't know, maybe my criticism isn't valid, but I just felt like they played it safe with that whole moment from Mark, and they just moved on from it way too quickly. Because one of my favorite moments of Invincible as a whole, the show, is when he fought Darkwing's Robin, when he grew up and was killing people in Nightmare City or something. And Mark says that one of the lines of something like, oh, I'm Omni-Man's son or something like that. I can't really remember.
You would never. Like you said, I'm Omni-Man's son. You have no idea.
So when comic book fans always say that, okay, Blue Suit Mark was going to be edgy and all of that, and he's going to be so unhinged, in reality, I was expecting to get more of that, making him kill. I'm not saying like he'll go out there and be on like a killing spree. I'm not saying that, but I'm just expecting him to, question himself doing this superhero thing more, rather than all these half-assed attempts where it's like you're killing somebody, but you're like, okay, I can kind of see why you're killing him here. I want to question him being good in a bad way, if you get what I mean. And outside that, we got to see the Invincible story, the Viltrumite War, and honestly, I have only watched those episodes from I think episode 5 to 8 once, so bear with me. I wasn't really moved by them. Maybe it's the fact that with these episodes, I'm watching Daredevil before them, I'm watching The Boys before them, and then I'm not watching this, and I'm like, I'm seeing peak, then I'm not seeing this, okay? But see, I don't care. I love the Invincible and its characters and the world and everything, and I will still talk about the stuff I love and the stuff I hated. It's just that this season just didn't do it for me compared to the past seasons, if I'm being completely honest. But yeah, we see Thrag, and I'm happy he's sticking around for more seasons, because him and Omni-Man are some of the best things that I enjoyed from this season. With Omni-Man now, it's good to see him back on Earth, interacting with Debbie, Art, and Noel. Sorry, I met Cecil, and we get to see very different reactions when he talks to each and every one of them, and I thought that was really done well. Yes, you see the human Nolan now that has more compassion and love to Earth and the people of Earth, and tried to do better to be forgiven. And me as a viewer, I'm watching this guy and I'm like, forgive him. He's not really a bad guy. Maybe he didn't really mean what he did, but then I remember that he did this.
Man, thank you. Didn't think I was gonna make it.
Listen to what I'm saying. You know in your heart I'm right.
Right? About how pathetic and pointless humanity is? Is Mom's life worthless?
In the grand scheme of things, yes.
And I think we're doing enough by letting him come back to Earth on its own. But who's gonna stop him now? Paul? Debbie, voiced by Sandra, speaking her ass out here. And the moment between them and the two of them was just really moving. And from what I heard, compared to the comic, big change that was needed. Because what the hell? We all know what's going to happen, but I just want to see a bit more effort.
Hey, look who I'm fucking again.
I had on ice with them. I watched the ice get thin. Now that she sink or
Hey, she had an attitude in the summer, but she being nice again.
Then Thrag, after all the hype, seeing him in a couple episodes like prior or whatnot, and all the hype just building up to him. Maybe some episodes you think that he's on fraud watch, but he lived up to that hype. And I love villains like him. Yes, people will look at those hype moments and be like, damn, look at this powerful guy. He's just aura farming and all of that. But obviously I love those aspects, but it's also the basic things. Him and Nolan back in Viltrumites telling him, Nolan, like, bro, I'll forgive you for everything you've done. Like, we have no room to take you out. It does nothing but damage to us. And also seeing him with Mark, like that guy, and disagreeing to my terms, and horrible things will happen to you and your planet. Like, he knows who he is, and he doesn't have to make a point to who he is. Like, he only really killed two people, and one was just out of revenge, and the other person was because he saw him as beneath him, and that person is not even dead. And I just hope we get more from him in the future. I low-key doubt we'll see him that much next season, but just to build what was an excellent character he can be, and whenever he dies or however he dies, I just hope it's due to a good reason and good planning, and not like some half-baked thing that Invincible's been doing sometimes. Also, I think Lee Pace does a really excellent job at voicing him. I think it does suit that character, his slow, like cool, calm, collected type of voice, and the people that hating on it, I think it's weird. But yeah, the season finale in terms of rewatchability might not be up there for me, but in my opinion, it's still a very, very good season finale. I love moments in it, seeing the Mark deal with his PTSD from going to war and almost dying twice. Don't forget that. Seeing his brother and dad almost die, destroying a planet. It would be weird if a 20-something-year-old guy went through all of that and he would just be unfazed about it. And I hope it's something that we get to see at least in episode 1 and 2 of the new season, paired with the actual episodes. And also him and Eve. Like, I feel like him and Eve have not really had any proper growth since they've been a thing. So I want to see something from them outside of them just cracking, because I love them. I love what their relationship was going to be from season 1, and it's nice from the surface, but inside there's like no substance in their relationship. But Invincible season 4 is not one of my favorite F seasons. In fact, it's quite the opposite. But it's a change of pace in my opinion from what was needed, and for what I will hope will be a better second half of this Mark and Invincible story. But what I do for sure want to see coming is more Earth stuff. Like, as far as me personally, what I know that I do and do not like, And I do like some of the intergalactic stuff here and there, and Nissa coming the first time was really cool. Same with Conquest, like who doesn't like those moments? But I prefer some of the earthy stuff like Angstrom Levy, for example, the Flaxens, the Mauler twins. I might be biased and say I prefer the other seasons because of that, but yeah, that may just be me. But yeah, still, I would love to know what you thought of the show and the season as a whole. Thank you for watching this video, and hopefully I see you in the next one. Peace.